Hello people, my name is Eva. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do a book haul. So this is a pretty large book haul and I have tried to record this multiple times, so we will see how this is going to go. So these books were accumulated from around July last year and until now. So I will say I'm quite proud that I haven't bought any books this year yet. At least nothing I can't haul. So these books are from not yesterday, last year. It's a big stack of books, and I have some Christmas gifts. I have some pre-orders. I have some new books. I have some used books. I will try to explain where I got these from when I get to them. They are not in no particular order, so I will just pick one and talk a little bit about it, what it's about, and we'll take it from there. So the first one we have is We Ride the Storm by David Madsen. And I have heard really good things about this. I still do. I love the cover of this book, and it's just sounded interesting. 17 years after rebels storm the street, factions divide Kisha. On the firm hand of the God Emperor holds the empire together, but when a shocking betrayal destroys the tense alliance with the neighboring Chiltay, all that have been won comes crashing down. In Kisira, Princess Miko Tesai is a prisoner in her own castle. She dreams of claiming her throne, but the path to power could rip the empire and her family asunder. In Chiltay, assassin Cassandra Marius is plagued by the voices of the dead, desperate to accept a contract that promises her a cure if she helps an empire fall. On the border between nations, Captain Ra Etorian and his warriors are exiled forces trying to fight in a fallen war or die. And it sounds so interesting. I'm so looking forward to reading this, and I think I originally saw was it Holy Heart Books I saw talking about it. I don't really believe, but I saw someone talk about it, and I loved the cover, and it sounded interesting. The next one is a pre-order, and that is Blood of the Chosen by Django Wexler. So this is the second book in Silver Blade and Burning Eye? Burning Blade and Silver Eye. Close enough. It's following two siblings that have been separated by this order, and one of the siblings has now become a part of the order and is working for this order, while the other one is working with a dream of destroying the order for splitting their family apart. And it follows them in the first book, Ashes of the Sun. And I loved it. I read it last year in preparation for this one, as this one was coming out, and because I really love the covers of these books, I had to pre-order this, but I didn't want to pre-order it unless I liked the first one, so I read the first one and loved it. So I hope that this one is going to be just as good. I'm a little scared that it's shorter than Ashes of the Sun, but we will see how it is going to go. The next one is a used book that I bought in a used bookstore, and that is The Winner's Curse by Mary Ruskowski. And I don't know much about this one. It has what's it called? These funny pages. What is it called? I don't remember what it's called right now. But it's about a general's daughter. That she have a choice between either joining the military or be married, but she have other intentions, and that is all I know about it. I know that this one has was popular many years ago on BookTube. So I'm interested to see how it holds up. I just picked it up because I heard about it and I was interested in the story, and it didn't cost me very much. The next one is The Throne of Five Winds by S.C. Emmett. And this is the first book in the Hostage of Empire trilogy, I believe it is. And 2 queens, 2 concubines, 6 princes, a number of secret agendas, and a single hidden blade. And I have been interested in this one for quite a while, so it's going to be interesting to see. It's a chunker. It's a huge book, so I'm interested to see how this one is going to be, but it sounds interesting, so yeah. The next one is another pre-order, and that is Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. And I think it was about the last Silver Saint, as a group of people who protect the world from evil, and he has been captured by vampires and forced to tell his story. That is what I believe it's about, and it sounded interesting, and I have been craving some vampire stories that is not complete romance for a while, and I know that J. Christoph is well known for his grimdark stories, so I'm looking forward to see if this is good. This one is also a chunker, so somebody loves writing big books, I guess. The next one is a manga, and that is Kingdom Hearts 2, Volume 3 by Shiro Amano. And this is the 3rd volume in the Kingdom Hearts 2 manga collection series. This is based on the game Kingdom Hearts, and this one follows the event of Kingdom Hearts 2. And Kingdom Hearts follows this boy who gets separated from his friend, and with this magic key and Donald Duck and Goofy on his side, he is going to try to find his friend and rescue the world from darkness. And it's if Disney and Final Fantasy had a baby, and it's awesome. It's a lovely game. It's my favorite game in the entire world, and I have collected these volumes slowly but surely, and this one I have been looking for quite a while to match those I already have. And when I found it, I just bought it because I needed it. The next one is also a used book, and that is the Hawkweed Prophecy. And I know nothing about this. It's by Irina Brecknell, and the only thing I know about it is two girls, one ancient prophecy. Only one can be queen of the witches, and that is all I know about it. I know nothing else about it. It's just that quote alone just interests me, and there's a sticker there, and I can't get it off without ruining the cover, so big set. The next one is The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning, and all I know that it is a Princess Bride retelling, but I don't think I even read that story, The Princess Bride, so I don't know what exactly it's about, but the story itself sounded interesting. The next one was a Christmas present from my little brother, and he gave me the complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe, and this is a stunning book. It's so beautiful, and I'm looking so much to reading these stories and poems and all that stuff. I haven't really read many poems in my life, so I'm interested to see how it's going to be. The next one is a Christmas gift present from my boyfriend, and that is Dune by Frank Herbert, and this is this stunning purple edition that have been coming out, and I love it. It's so pretty, and there's these end pages. and it's stunning. All I know is this is a sci-fi taking place on a desert planet, and there's these giant earthworms thingies. So that is all I know about it. The next one is another pre-order, and that is Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is an illustrated edition, and I pre-ordered this as soon as it got announced. So, you know, the love for Witcher. I love The Witcher. It's one of my favorite fantasy series. And when I saw this one, it's get easily dusted, actually. When I saw this one, I just have to have it, and it's stunning. I will see if I can find an illustration real quick. These gray and red illustration is beautiful. So The Witcher is about a witcher named Geralt of Rivia, and we follow him on his adventures and his travels. And when he comes part of this great destiny with this girl, he have to fight for everything that he holds dear to protect this girl and stuff like that. It's so good. I love this series, and I have not enjoyed the show much. I haven't watched the second season yet, but I prefer the books and then the games and then the show. So let's see if the second season can change my mind on that. The next one is another pre-order, and that is Empress of Flames by Mamie Yu. This is the second book in the Girl King series. I don't know how many books there's going to be. If this is the last book or anything, and this is about a girl who has been groomed to be empress her entire life until her father decides to name her cousins his heir, and then she decides she wants to prove to her father that she's the right empress, and the story goes out from there. I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm looking forward to see how it's going with this one. Sadly, I didn't manage to snag an hardback of this. I have the hardback of the first one, but I will say that I love these paperbacks too. They're really pretty, and I might get this the first one in this paperback too at some point. We will see. Asian inspired kick that I bought really some Asian inspired books, and the first one I have is a Hero Born by Jin Young, and this is but it sounds interesting. And then I read on the back that there's something about kung fu fighting, and I'm just hooked. So because I have never read a book with kung fu in it before, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it is written. And I just heard really good things about this book as well, so I'm looking forward to see how this is going. It's a long series as far as I can tell, but I think that is going to be worth it. It's actually a lot shorter than I expected this book to be. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. Running out of space for these books. The next one is the Tangerine series by Neon Yang, and this is a complete volume of the 4 books in the Tangerine series. The first one, The Black Tides of Heaven, The Red Thread of Fortune, The Descent of Monsters, and The Ascent to Godhood. And I know that this is about, I think you're following a non-binary character, and in the Tangerine series you will find rebellious non-binary scions of empire, sky-spamming nagas with experimental souls, revolutionary engineers bent on bringing power to the people, book-list monks, packs of loyal raptors, and much more. And that sounds so interesting. I've been interested in the series for a while, and when I saw this complete volume of it, I just thought, why not? This is also a pre-order. The next one is also a pre-order, and that is the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Cultivation. I can't pronounce that word. By Mo Shang Tong Xiu. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but this one I pre-ordered because this is the translated um, version of the story that inspired the live action drama series The Untamed that I really really love. You can watch it on YouTube. It's so good, and you're following a man called Wei Yuxiang as he was once the most outstanding man of his generation, a talented and clever young cultivator who harnessed martial arts, knowledge, and spirituality into powerful abilities. But when hours of war led him to seek a new powerful demonic cohabitation, the world's respect for his skills turned to fear, and his eventual death was celebrated throughout the lands. And then you follow the stories from here after he is resurrected into the soul of a man who wanted revenge on someone. And that the story goes from there, and it's so good. I really really love it. I love the Untamed songs, and I really wanted to read this when I found out that Untamed was based on a series, and when but at that point it wasn't translated yet, and then like a year later or something like that, this one was confirmed and you could pre-order it, and I was just like, yes, pre-order. And it's also illustrators, so it's amazing, and I love this cover too. It's so beautiful, and I'm looking so much forward to reading this. This one is definitely one that's on my TBR for this year. The next one is Soul Riders Jorvik Calling by Helena Dahlgren, and this is a Star Stable novella, and it's following the Soul Riders from the game Star Stable Online. And Soul Riders is these four riders in a sisterhood that has, I presume, they have magic abilities and riding horses to protect the lands of Jorvik. And this is the first one in a series, and I have actually already started it. You can see it here. I have a tab, but I only read one chapter, and in this one you are following this. I am a big fan of that game at the moment, so I'm looking forward to see what this is about. It's really really short. It is a middle grade, so it should be easy to read. The next one is another used one, and that is Mystic City by Theo Lawrence. And all it says in the back was Manhattan lies underwater, and that was enough to get me to pick it up. It's a very very old YA, I presume, and let's see when it came out. 2012, and I never heard about it, so I'm really interested to see what this one is about. Next one is also a used book, and that is Talent by Julie Kagawa. And this one, funnily enough, was personalized to a Susanne and signed, but I didn't notice before I came home, so that's kind of funny that I have a signed book. And all I know about this series is it's about dragons, and that is all I know. I have another book by this author, so I had not planned to pick this up at the beginning, but when I saw it in the store, I was like, why not? It's a fine hardback, and it's in perfect condition, and I didn't even notice it was signed until I got home, so I decided to pick it up, and I love this cover because you can like feel the scales and stuff like that, and that is so cool when they make covers like that. The next one is The Puppy War by R.F. Kuang. I have heard such great things about this series, so I decided that I wanted to pick it up. It's a Mulan retelling, I believe, and that is pretty much all I know about it, but I heard really really good things, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Maybe this year, I believe. It depends on many things, so we will see. The next one I have bought on a whim, and that is Ruin Song by Julia Ember, and this is a sapphic romance, and that is pretty much all I know. Let's see what it says. Inside, in a world where magic is sung, a powerful mage named Candice is forced to use her talent to torture her country's disgraced nobility at her ruthless queen's bidding. When Candice is reunited with her childhood friend, a noble woman with ties to the underground rebellion, she must make a choice: take a stand to free her country from a tyrant, or follow in the queen's footsteps and become a monster herself. And it sounded so interesting. I really like this cover. And I'm looking forward to read this story. I haven't heard anyone really talk about it, but I'm excited nonetheless. We have only a few books left, and the first one is The Wolf of Ironarrow by K.S. Willoso, I think it's pronounced, and this is the first book in the Chronicle of the Wolf Queen, and I have heard really good things about this, and I have been interested in this book. I don't really know much what it's about other than it's following a queen. It says they called me the bitch queen, the she-wolf, because I murdered a man and exiled my king the night before they crowned me. And that is basically all I know. I'm really excited to pick this up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And now I have only 4 books left. Another used book is The Archive by Victoria Schwab. I know nothing about this. I think it's about a library or something like that. So I know really nothing about it. I just saw it, and it could be interesting to try a Schwab book. So I picked it up. I know really nothing about it. This one is the middle grade, and that is Starfire: The Guardian Heard by Jennifer Lynn Alvarez, and this is about a book about Pegasus, where you're following this black foal, as he is the one that's prophesied to changing the 5 herds of flying horses, and the foal will either unite or destroy the herds. And this one I was searching for books following horses or riders, because I had a moment where I wanted to go back to when I was younger, when I read a lot of horse books and stuff like that. So I found this one while searching for something, and it sounded interesting. 2 last books I have is Sea of Shadows by Kelly Armstrong. I know really nothing about this other than it's about spirits, and that's basically it. This one I also bought used, and I have never heard about it before, but it sounded interesting. The last book I have is the Tagan Foxcraft by Inbali Israelis, I think. And this is about you're following a fox who, after some crazy events, is forced to go into the world of the Fearless to find her family, I think. And she have magic powers, and that is all I know. This one I also found when I was searching for horse-related books, and then I thought about it. Reminded me of the Warrior Cats books and stuff like that, and I was like, that sounded interesting, so I bought it, and I'm looking forward to reading it. It sounds really interesting, and I just love the cover. I love foxes, so yeah. This was my huge book haul, and I hope you enjoyed the video. You are welcome to like and comment something. You're also welcome to subscribe if you want to do that, and I will leave a link for my Instagram, I will leave a link for my gaming channel, and I will leave a link for my drawing channel, YouTube channel. And I hope you have a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.